Hello students, welcome to a video lecture on web technology and its applications. This is the course overview and course outcome. In the last class we were looking into how to create a DOM tree structure with this particular example. Let us move ahead about DOM nodes. In the DOM, each element within HTML document is called one node, right? So DOM is a tree, then each node is an individual branch. So we can classify the nodes of DOM into three categories as element nodes, text node and attribute node. So all the nodes in the DOM share a common set of properties and methods which we can use in our scripting further. So we'll see what are element nodes, text node and attribute nodes. So here is an example that is illustrating these three category of nodes. You have a element node, element meaning right? It is nothing but a tag of the HTML. So the node where we are writing element name, that is element node. So when you have a detailed structure of the HTML document, when you go for a detailed DOM tree structure of a HTML document, you are able to see the text node also. At the end we used to write what is the value inside that, right? So in paragraph you have photo of conversary font in, right? This content can be written here. So this is a text node. Okay, this A is again an element node. You also have a provision to include a attribute node, right? In for A tag you have a attribute as href, so this can be included as a attribute node within the DOM tree structure like this as well. And it has a text node, that's a value of that is central park. This way you can also have a detailed structure as well. So this is element, this is text, that is the contents inside the paragraph. Attribute used with the element can be written inside the attribute node, and these can be accessed, these three category of nodes can be accessed via the built-in methods of the document object that we'll see now. So we have the set of properties available with the DOM object. What are those properties and for what purpose those are used, that we will see now, right? So one of the properties attribute, it is the collection of the node attributes. Child node, a node list of child nodes for that particular node. First child is the first child node of the particular node with which we have called. Similarly, last child of this node is known by last child. Next sibling node for that particular node. Node name you can find out, node type you can find out, node value can be obtained by using node value. You can find out what is the parent node of the current node, what is the previous sibling node of that particular node with which we have called. So these all can be identified through these set of properties available with the DOM. So let us continue with the document object, that is the DOM object. It is the document is a root for every HTML document, isn't it? If I go for DOM tree structure here, we are starting with the root node as document, right? So every node is placed inside this particular document. So indirectly, document is a root for every HTML document. So you can specify and is globally accessible as a document, correct? So you can mention even the document type, name, input encoding can be specified through this. This is the attribute of encoding attribute of the meta tag, right? So that we'll see now. Apart from this, it is also giving you a provision to make use of a set of built-in methods like create attribute, where you can through the JavaScript you can create a attribute node. You can create a new element, you can dynamically create a HTML element through the JavaScript to an already existing HTML element. You can create a text node, you can find out what is the, you can refer to a particular element or a tag by means of its ID by passing the ID of that attribute. So this is one of the way to access the element or a tag of a HTML through JavaScript as well. You can identify it by the tag name also, where you are passing the name of the tag or name of the element to as a parameter to this rather than the ID of that particular element. So how do you access the elements? For example, you have this particular HTML document. We can access it by two of the ways. In this particular slide, it is showing you two ways. That is, one is document get element by ID, and the other one is get element by tag name. So this is the body part of the HTML document, where we have a heading level tag, we have a division for which we have mentioned ID value as latest comment. Okay, and there is a 2 paragraphs here. You have a horizontal rule drawn by HR tag, you have another division with 2 paragraphs and 2 time tags within one particular paragraph, close, and you have another HR and close the body tag. So if I would like to access this particular division, okay, what I can do is I would like to refer to this particular element division. So what I can do is I can create a variable by name ABC or any other name to which is assigned to a function called get element by ID. The way to call this particular function is preceding it with a dot operator and the object name. So as we have not created a new document object, I would like to make use of the default available object, that is document. So the way to call it is document dot get element by ID, and pass a parameter to this. What we have to pass is ID of that attribute, value of that ID attribute of that particular tag which you would like to access. So we would like to access division tag whose ID is latest comment. So this should be passed as a parameter to the function. So when you do make use of ABC, it is indirectly referring to the division tag inside the HTML document. This you can do in this particular facility, can be used in the scripting further. Or else if you want to refer by tag name, then what you can do is document.get element by tag name div. So this is referring to two divisions, right? So there is a little bit difficulty because you have same tag used 2 times within the HTML document. So in order to go to a particular element, a specific element, the more suitable way to access the node is by means of get element by ID, because ID cannot be repeated for more than one element inside the HTML document. That is the advantage. Element node ID, so that we have seen, this represents an HTML element in the hierarchy contained between the opening and closing tag for the element. It can itself contain the more elements further also. Okay, so element node object is essential element node properties are described here. You can find out the class name, current value for the class attribute. Here it is not a class of object oriented programming. We can use class as a attribute with any HTML document. In CSS we have studied, isn't it, class selector form, okay, where class is used as a attribute with any element. So if you want to refer to that class attribute value, then you can make use of a class name property, ID, inner HTML represent all the things inside a particular tag. Okay, style, you can refer to directly a style attribute of that element, tag name of that element can be referred, right? Modifying a DOM element, you can make use of document.write method to create the output to the HTML page. We have seen how to create the output to the in a separate dialog box using window based methods like alert, confirm, and one more is what is that? Yes, alert, confirm, and one more is prompt, no, where it is creating the output inside a dialog box, inside a separate window. Okay, whereas if you want to display something inside a browser window of a HTML document itself, then you can make use of document.write method of the JavaScript, right? So using inner HTML property, how do we access the or change the existing HTML document, that we will see here. So what is done is you are accessing the element by document.get element by ID. Division is accessed by latest. So latest dot inner HTML old message, you want to edit it with the you want to add a paragraph to this. So this is the way we have concatenated the previous message of the paragraph with the additional paragraph. This way you can modify the content of any HTML document through the JavaScript document object as well. It is directly referring to the entire HTML document. This part we will see in the next class. Thank you.